Welcome, everyone. I'm Queston McQuilkin, the class of 2020 valedictorian, and I'm glad to see so many smiling faces here today. Wait, this is virtual, never mind. But I do hope you're smiling. Graduation, freedom from those grueling days of high school, is finally upon us. Now, you all know what I'm going to say. You've heard this speech countless times before in every shape and form, whether in movies or in stories or maybe at a sibling's graduation. The valedictorian addresses his or her classmates, inspires his or her classmates, and brings new words of wisdom as we move into the next phase of our lives. To sum it up quickly, we did good. We entered this school as barely teenagers, but we grew and we learned, and look at us now, going off to college or wherever life takes us. But I don't want to make this another boring address. I don't want to echo the monotonous phrases expected of a valedictorian speech. Quite frankly, you deserve better. We deserve better. This can't just be a typical old speech because the class of 2020 was certainly not a typical old class. I want you all to think just how much we've changed in our time at Ridgefield High School. We came into this school almost 4 years ago. Hard to believe, I know. And since then, we've only grown. Of course, in the literal sense, we were all much shorter back then. I remember not being able to see over the crowds in the hallways. My friends and I would scamper about at the feet of the upperclassmen, mortals of the gods towering above us. And in these past 4 years, we've grown straight up. We're finally tall enough to see above those crowds, the friends and classmates as we pass in the hallways. But more importantly, we've grown intellectually. We arrived at RHS as newbies to academia. The Pythagorean theorem, something most of us probably never want to see again, was just a rumor or a legend. Yet we learned. We didn't give up, throw our textbooks up in the air and storm off. We put pencil to paper and expanded our minds. We learned how to graph sinusoidal waves and examine heredity through Punnett squares. We made Gatsby, Huckleberry Finn, Odysseus, and countless others. By now, we're probably all sick of studying Shakespearean sonnets and reciting the quadratic formula. Marching into this school, we were young and inexperienced, but we put in the work and advanced. We've come a long way since 9th grade, and it shows. This wave of growth extends beyond us as individuals. We've grown together. Friend groups expanded at RHS, welcomed new members, and thrived. We met new classmates and connected through our common learning experiences. Who knew that simply sitting next to someone could lead to new connections and bonds strong enough to survive well into the future? The friendships that resulted from this growth will stay with us for the rest of our lives. In a few years, we may not remember the year when Constantinople fell or precisely how to factor a polynomial. We may have forgotten the facts and notes that we spent so long studying, but we have retained so much more. For at RHS, we grew not only in knowledge, but in ourselves. We learned how to persevere and prevail. We learned how to improve ourselves and our lives. And most of all, we learned how to learn. This graduation may be the end of our high school experience, but it is certainly not the end of our growth. RHS has prepared us well for the next stage of our lives, and now we can continue to expand our talents and our minds. I want to thank Dr. Gross for guiding us on our journey so far, as well as all the amazing teachers who have made this growth possible. But most of all, I want to thank you, class of 2020, for putting in the effort to learn and make it here today. It's been a good few years. Let's make these next ones even better. Thank you.